Hey, playmakers, stop doing nothing fans, empire builders. It's your buddy Patrick Allmond back with another episode of the Stop Doing Nothing show. This episode is a two-parter. We looked at the web stats on the website and the podcast, and we noticed we were getting some hits for a particular phrase. And so we are going to call this episode that phrase, and it's going to be one that you're going to want to share with your friends, and it's going to be one that you're going to want to take notes on. And the title of this episode is How to Get Rich Part 1. There's going to be two parts to this, so when we record the second part, we're going to link to that also for you. Make sure you watch both parts. This is going to contain 10 different do's and don'ts on ways that I've learned, that I've seen people get rich, and techniques that we use every single day. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure you follow the podcast. Make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you subscribe everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube is very important. Apple Podcasts, leave a review, do all that stuff, because this is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a two-parter, and it's going to be some information that you're really going to want to know, because we're coming up to the end of the year here, and I want you to get some things in place for next year, for 2021. I want you to start working on those now, so you can basically, kind of get ahead of the game, and you don't do that person who decides to make up New Year's resolutions on December 31st. What is December 31st this year? Looks like it's a Thursday. So I don't want you to be that person that starts thinking about your 2021 on December 31st. I want you to start thinking about next year and what you're going to do to make more money and get rich now. So if you haven't done so, get out a writing instrument, get out a piece of paper. I'm a big fan of iPad note taking, so take notes on your iPad. But we're going to run through 5 things in this episode, okay? 5 things. And the first thing that I thought we would do in this episode, so this episode is going to be about one group of things, and then the next episode is going to be about another group. It's very important when you're looking at making more money or getting rich or building any kind of thought leader type of business, it's almost as important, with the things that you don't do as much as the things that you do. So what I'm going to do today is, I've got a list here. I've been working on some notes today for you, and I've got a list here of things I've seen in the past that people do a lot of, that have made some money, but they don't make a ton of money. They don't make it fast. I'm not a big fan of making money fast, but I also don't want to make a lot of money over 50 years. But these are some ways here, or some kind of, techniques or strategies or ways that just don't get you there in the optimum way to make sure that you have the maximum amount of flexibility in your life and the maximum amount of freedom of doing things from all over the place. These 5 things we're going to cover today are also things that don't help build your long-term value or help build your value ladder. We're going to talk about building a value ladder in part 2 of how to get rich. But this one, there's some things here that you do here that if you start doing these things, you start making good money with them, which is entirely possible, you don't have any future opportunity to basically reuse those clients or sell those clients something else. And I want that to be in place for you. I want to make sure that you're not only set up right from the beginning, but you have the chance to increase the lifetime value of each of the prospects, or each of the clients that come into your business. So let's get started on that. The first one here, and I call this one the hard ways to get rich. Not impossible, just the harder ways. And by the way, I'm speaking about these. I wouldn't be speaking about them if I had not done them myself, if I had not made these mistakes myself. So, hand to God, these things I'm about ready to talk about, I have actually done myself when I've made mistakes. The first one here I have on my list is, I call it affiliate marketing, or any other way or deal where your customer database isn't building. Oftentimes we see people that want to get into digital marketing or selling things online, and the quickest and easiest way to get into online marketing, and maybe not a bad way to start up, is affiliate marketing. And for those of you that don't know what that is, affiliate marketing is when you find a product that you really like. Let's say it's on Amazon, it's on Share a Sale, or it's on any one of a number of affiliate networks. And you basically sign up for free, you get approved for an affiliate, and then what you do is you use either social media or organic traffic or pay-per-click traffic, and you drive sales either to your website and then to the actual vendor website, or you just skip the middleman of your website and you just drive people to the vendor website. So what would be an example of this? Let's say you're a big fan of the Sony camera here that I'm using today. And let's say Sony has an affiliate program and Sony will pay you 10% for every sale. So this camera cost me $500 or $600. So if you use your special coded link and send someone to this camera on Sony as an affiliate, and the prospect buys the camera, Sony would pay you $50 or $60. Affiliate marketing is a great, easy way to make money. And again, it might be something you want to do in the beginning, but it's not a good long-term strategy. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, you are going to put in a lot of effort and you don't always know the results of that effort. And that's something that really scares me in marketing, is to put in, maybe some social media work or some free organic work, some SEO work, or some paid work, and to not know the results on the other end. And you don't know the results because when someone clicks on your affiliate link, unless you work with a company who's really good about sharing the data, and most aren't, unless you work with a company that shares that data back to you, you don't know the results of everything that happens after that affiliate link click. Now, one of the few exceptions are things that are like subscription products, where you get a recurring revenue stream in there. Those ones you do know. But for the most part, once someone clicks on your, like say, Amazon link for the camera, and the person disappears into the Amazon world, you don't know what exactly you did to cause the sale. You don't know if it was that really good blog post that you SEO optimized. You don't know if it was that Google AdWords pay-per-click campaign that you spent $100 on that made you $60 back. That would be good to know, wouldn't it? You don't know if it was the social media post you did that went viral and got 6,000 views. You often just don't know with affiliate marketing, what you did to get that sale, so you can scale at that level, and so you can improve at that level, and so you also know what not to do. So that's one reason I'm not a fan of using affiliate marketing to get rich or to make a massive amount of money. It can be used to make some, but I would not ever bank my life on an affiliate program. Something else that scares me about affiliate programs is they can change on a dime and you have no control over them. And we've seen this a lot in the affiliate world. Sometimes somebody will become an affiliate for a program that pays 25, 35, 40%, and they're making really good money. And then that vendor that was getting a lot of traffic from you and you were getting a lot of money from them, they say, well, you know what? We're not going to pay 30% anymore. We're going to pay 5%. All of a sudden, you've lost 25, 35% of your revenue. Or even worse is when they say, we're just going to cancel our affiliate program. We don't want affiliates anymore. And you've really banked your life on selling stuff through that affiliate channel. Okay. And the last reason that I'm just not a huge fan of putting all my eggs in one basket when it comes to affiliate marketing or using that to get rich or to make a ton of money is the fact that the customers, they don't end up becoming your customers. Again, if someone clicks on my affiliate link for this camera and they buy that camera, you know what? And they do it through my Amazon affiliate link, they become Amazon's customer. And Amazon has the lifetime value. And Amazon has a chance to create the account. And Amazon has the chance to upsell them and cross-sell them and downsell them and get more money from them and sell them membership programs. I am such a huge fan of making sure that my database is building up, that my email list is building up, that my social media is building up. It may seem, somewhat selfish, my, but if you're someone who wants to extract the maximum amount of value, lifetime value, out of your marketing, you're going to have to start building up your own database using a CRM. Here at Stop Doing Nothing, we recommend Entreport, and we've got links to Entreport all over the place if you want to learn more about it and how to get started building your database. But the fact that we use Entreport doesn't matter so much, as I want to make sure that you are building up your list of prospects, your list of clients. It could be on paper, could be in a spreadsheet, could be in a CRM, I don't care. For you to build your empire, I want you to start building up your list of prospects and your list of clients. And you absolutely 100% cannot do that with affiliate marketing. So dabble in affiliate marketing, but if you're someone who wants to make major bank and get seriously rich, to me it's not really a good way to do it there, if you will. Okay, so that was number one. Number two in the list of things that I call the hard ways to get rich, or the things that I wouldn't want to seriously make bank on, are any deal. Let's see, what did I write here? Any deal where you have to put in a lot of effort for a little return. Again, affiliate marketing kind of falls under that umbrella, but there are some other marketing tactics that fall under that umbrella also. Anything where you have to put in a lot of personal time and you don't get much out of it. Let's go back to the affiliate marketing example. Let's say, you're an affiliate for, again, someone who makes this Sony camera right here in front of me. And sometimes the affiliate deals on things like this are really good. 30, 40%, 50%, whatever it is. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they're horrible. Amazon, for example, is known to pay piddly amounts when it comes to affiliate sales. And also, Amazon is known to have a very short length cookie. Last time I heard, it was, same day or 24 hours. And what that means is from the time the person clicks on the ad until the time the sale takes place, that's how long until you have before you get commission. If someone clicks on the link and then 25 hours later they purchase something, then you don't get the commission on that. Another thing is when you are, you make the same amount of commission whether it's a higher priced product or whether it's a smaller priced product. So you have really no control over what the person buys once they're there. Now you think, well, if I have an affiliate link to a Sony camera and the camera's $600, well, they're going to buy that. No. It does not work like that. What happens when you send someone to a big shopping site like an Amazon or a BH Photo Video or let's see, where else do I buy? Oh, Guitar Center. That's also where I buy my audio video equipment. When you send someone there, it's going to be very easy for them to get distracted and possibly buy something else that's cheaper. So you have no control of the shopping experience. Yet you put in a lot of money, possibly some money out of your own pocket, like if you use pay-per-click. You put a lot of effort into that, and you might not get any return out of it. So let's say you do a blog post, again, recommending this camera. Someone goes over to Amazon and they find, a $75 camera. And let's say, let's just do the math here. Let's say that Amazon pays, 1% on that, okay? So let's pull out our calculator here. And, you think I could do this off the top of my head. So $75, Amazon pays 1%. You did all that work for 75 cents. So you may have put in a pay-per-click ad that cost you $10 or worse, $20, $30. You may have put in like a whole day to write the perfect blog post to recommend the camera, and you get 75 cents out of it. Yet you've written a brilliant blog post, you're a great copywriter, and you went through all that effort and you only get 75 cents out of it. So that's kind of my second reason why I'm not a big fan of affiliate deals or any kind of situation where you're going to put in a lot of effort making a video, doing a blog post, doing a podcast, doing all kinds of fancy stuff, but at the end you hand it off to somebody else for the experience, or the deal does not earn you a lot of revenue. I'm not a fan of pricing things, inexpensively or cheaply. So I want to make sure if you're going to put in, some of your lifetime, time videoing, time editing with Final Cut Pro, if you're going to put in the time to write a brilliant blog post and get your WordPress site updated and make sure it looks great, that you get the maximum value for every single piece of business that comes inside the door. So I'm just not a big fan of things where a lot of time, little return. Okay, make sure that it is worth your time. Make sure that you will gladly give up an hour of time if you know it's going to get you $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. Those are the kind of deals you want to work on. So stop working cheaply, I guess, would be number 2 here. Number 3, what did I put here? Any business plan or any product that does not involve recurring income. Yes. The recurring income model, the one I absolutely love, where you're getting bank every single month. When it comes to business models, this is probably one of my favorite ones. If you're in digital marketing, you've probably heard of a product called ClickFunnels, where they charge you $97 a month on the low end to use their product. Well, think of how many think of how many clients Russell Brunson has over in the ClickFunnels world. I'm connected with someone named Ray Higdon who sells a monthly membership program for $19 a month. And I know he has thousands of people enrolled in that program. When you look at just all the software as a services as our world has converted to over the past 20 years, most software companies have found a way to charge you monthly or annually for their products or for their services. Whether it's, Amazon Prime or, the DoorDashes of the world or, Adobe or Apple Music. Look at all these companies now that are just okay with dinging your credit card for $3 a month or $9 a month or $97 a month. I mean, there's so many of them. Netflix, Amazon, the Amazon Video Service. They're just okay with just hitting you. And there's a couple of beautiful things in this business model. One, it's a no-brainer for a lot of people. Anything under $100 for a lot of people, at least your clients you're going to be shooting for, anything under $100, they really don't think about as a charge often on their credit cards. I mean, they see it, they kind of blow it off. They really don't, care too much. It doesn't devastate them, and they're not wringing their hands every single time it comes in. That's why the Amazons and the Hulus and the Netflixes of the world just charge these little amounts on our cards. But number one, it's an easy sell. Why do I like recurring business models? They're small amounts of money, so they're an easy sell. You're not selling. If you have a membership site that's $20 a month and you sell 12 months of it, what does that come out to? $240. If you were to walk up to someone and say, "Hey, I've got a $240 thing I will sell you, it'll last you a year. Do you want to buy it?" They might wince about it. But if you go to someone and say, "Hey, it's only $20 a month," use those words, those emotional words, only, just, small amount, you won't ever notice it. People will gladly do that, and they don't remember it, and it just keeps hitting up their card. Now, I don't want you to be nefarious about it, but I want you to keep in mind that it's a small amount and most people don't care. Another reason I like recurring business models is because they are small amounts of money and low risk for your business. Which would you rather have? One $10,000 a month client, or that same amount of clients divided up by, $20? Again, let's look at that real quick. What does that come out to? That comes out to, let me see, would you rather have one $10,000 a month client, or let's take 10,000 divided by your $20 a month membership, or would you rather have 500, I could have done that in my head. Would you rather have, 500 $20 a month clients? The nice part about the $500 $20 a month clients is as you gain them and as you lose them, there's no big hit on your income. If you lose one $10,000 a month client, it's a huge hit on your income. I don't even care if you're Warren Buffett. Losing a $10,000 a month client is going to be a huge hit on your income. Once you get the ball rolling and people start referring business your way, after you hit a certain number, let's say a couple of hundred, you're gonna notice as you keep growing, but as people leave, because every membership site has churn, as people leave, you won't freak out as much. You can lose a $19 a month client. Heck, you can lose 10 of them, and you won't freak out as much as if you lost a $10,000 a month client, and let's say your total income per month was $100,000. Even then, $10,000 a month would be a big hit. However, if you're making $100,000 a month on a $19 membership site, it's barely going to be a blink of the eye to you. It's a very low risk, and the risk is spread out between different demographics. So, financial hits won't be as much as if you had a single $10,000 a month client. So that's one of the big reasons I'm a fan of recurring income. Is it's small little amounts of money. The marketing is easy, and to tell you the truth, referral marketing in that area is very easy also. If you have a monthly membership program and you're referring people money, if people inside that membership program are referring other people for you, the marketing just kind of takes care of itself if you do it right. And that's where I'm a big fan of affiliate marketing, but of you having affiliates, not of you being an affiliate to get rich. So, try to come up with a way to where your product or service can be turned into some kind of monthly membership site or small monthly income for you, and you just charge people for it. There are pieces of software out there that will manage that entire process for you, whether it's a membership site or a learning-based site, an LMS-based site. It's such an easy business model. And that's primarily what we focus on here at Stop Doing Nothing is we build those kind of products for people. And yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I am, I eat my own dog food when it comes to I try to eat my own dog food when it comes to small amounts of membership sites, but small recurring amounts of money are just a brilliant, brilliant business model. So do yourself a favor and figure out how to take your business or your knowledge and turn it into a small recurring amount of money. How much do you say? Could be $19 a month, could be $25. I really don't like anything less than $97 a month, because I like to provide an immense amount of value. So when I consult on this with people and they ask me what should they charge, I like to start at $97 a month. And if we have to go down, we have to go down. But I like $97 a month and above. Okay, let's keep on going. So we've covered number 1, 2, and 3. And number 4, any plan that does not diversify your risk. Okay, we just kind of talked about this with the small recurring amounts of money for income here, is the fact that anything that makes you rely on a large, like 80% plus of your money from a single source. You want to, I'm sure you've heard it ever since you were, a kid, if not a teenager, if not a college person, that the importance of diversifying your risk. Usually this is used in terms of investments, but again, you know what? Your business is kind of an investment here, so you kind of have to think about it like that. You want to come up with a way to have as many clients as possible, but also to bring the maximum value to them. You do not want, 1 large client or 2 large clients or 3 large clients, because every single time you do that, it dramatically affects your income as you lose them. So, like all things, please try to find a way to diversify your income. As soon as you get a client, make sure there's enough overhead to where you can turn that overhead or that surplus money into marketing to get the second client and the third client and the fourth client. This is a big risk for a lot of small businesses, so it's very important that you pay attention to this. A lot of small businesses, and again, I have made this mistake, a lot of small businesses, when they first start up, kind of get comfortable when it comes to getting their first client. A lot of people go into business because a friend or a family member or someone else in the business community said, hey, that thing you do as a W-2 employee for your big giant company, IBM or whatever it is, why don't you leave that company and I will pay you what I'm paying them, or maybe a little bit less, but the net in your pocket will be more to you. I'll just give you a really brief example here. Let's say you're making $10,000 a month as an employee before taxes. That's a lot of money. Let's make it closer to 1,000. Let's say you're making $1,000 a month gross for a certain job, and your buddy comes along and says, you know what? Because $1,000 gross is only going to be $600 or $700 in your pocket. Let's say your buddy comes along and says, you know what? We will pay you $1,500 or $2,000 a month for the same thing, as long as you go off and do it on your own. So you actually end up with more money in your pocket, but of course now you have to manage all that stuff as an employee. My whole point being is you get that first client and you're making a lot of money and you get pretty excited and you spend 50, 60, 70 hours a week heads down this one client and you forget to market. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, 6 months later, or even a year later, or even 5 years later, this buddy of yours that gave you all this business says, hey, we're going to take this internally, or we don't need your job function anymore, or we don't need, you're too expensive, we have to shut down the contract. Well, all of a sudden, because you spent all this time busting your ass, putting it in for this client, you didn't diversify, and you didn't use any of your profit to market, this one client dried up on you, and all of a sudden you are hanging out to dry. If you're smart and lucky, you did some investments along then, and you banked some of this stuff. If not, then you are screwed, and you are screwed fast. So diversify, diversify, diversify. Use some of your profit as soon as possible to do some kind of marketing, whether it's spending a couple of hours every day on the phone prospecting with someone, whether it's running Facebook ads to a lead generation page to get people inside the door, whatever it is, please find a way to diversify your risk as soon as possible. And the last one I have here, and again, this is my first part of How to Get Rich Part 1, obviously. The fifth one, I wrote down any plan that does not have a value ladder. What is a value ladder? You know what? I don't have a good example here in front of me. A value ladder is one, if you can imagine me drawing this, let's take the Apple pen here. A value ladder is one where you bring in somebody either free or low end, and then you kind of take them up a step. So let's say it's a free or a $97 a month product. And you take them up a step and it's maybe a $200 a month or a $300 a month product. And you take them up and you take them up. You know, 4 or 5 steps is pretty common in a value ladder. But at each step, you are charging them more, they are investing more with your company, and they're getting a greater value from you. And the reason you want to do this is because with every group of people down here at the low end, let's say there's 1,000 people down here paying you $97 a month. Going by the Pareto principle, P-A-R-E-T-O principle, 20% of those people want to pay you more than $100 a month, $97 a month. So you get 1,000 of them, 200 of them, okay? So you have another program here that's maybe $297 a month. So 1,000, of 1,000, 200 of them want to pay you $297 a month. Now, if we go by the Pareto principle still, of that 200, 200 more are willing to go to the next level. So let's say it's not $297, let's say it's $997. So of those 200 times 20%, I'm doing this math in my head, 40 of them want to go to your $997 program, okay? This is a value ladder. This is you bringing more value to the client experience, and people are willing to pay for it. So we've got 1,000 down here, we've got 200 up here, we've got 40 up here, and if we're going to keep going, let's say you've got another product that's $49.97, $4,997. Doesn't that sound pretty nice? Of those 200, of those 40, what did I say, 20%? So of those 40, 4 times 2, that would be 8, right? Yeah, 8 people. So 8 people want to pay you the $5,000 for the $5,000 product. So that's a value ladder. And what I'm saying here is make sure that anytime you're thinking about building a business or what to charge someone, make sure you have a value ladder built in. You may not be able to do it right out of the gate, but always be thinking about it. When you're charging someone, $20 an hour for consulting or $100 an hour for consulting, think of what else you can bundle for them to extract more revenue and bring it into your business and also give more value. Oftentimes you'll see me talking about the importance of extracting the max amount of revenue from a relationship. Whenever I say that, if I don't say it, I want you to remember that at the same time, I also want you to bring an overwhelming amount of value to the conversation and to the relationship. Don't just try to get more money to bleed someone like they're a stone. I want you to, kind of alter your business model as you move up that value ladder. And I just thought I have a picture of a value ladder over there. But you want to bring as much value to that relationship as possible. So always be thinking of ways that you can be giving more when it comes to offering your products or services. Maybe it's rather than a low-end membership program, maybe you can get some of the people into a higher-end membership program or a higher-end mastermind program. And maybe the level above that is they have a couple of days on-site consulting with you. Or I've seen a lot of value ladders basically give more direct access to you. As you get to be a bigger company and you have more people in your organization, you want to put layers in between you and the end user. Well, maybe at the top of your value ladder, someone can text you directly, or they can use Voxer. You see that a lot also. They can Vox you directly. So again, always be thinking of how to build the value ladder. We're going to be talking about that more in part 2, but in my list of things here that I want you to be thinking about that I think are bad ideas, that one I would say any plan that does not have a value ladder is one that you absolutely want to ignore. So again, this video was about the 5 ways. This is a part 1 of 2-part videos of how to get rich. This is the 5 things you don't want to do, or the hard ways to get rich. As a quick recap, we talked about affiliate marketing or any deal where it's not building up your CRM and your customer database. We talked about any deal where you're putting a lot of time and effort for very little return. I don't want you out there working for an hour and making 10 cents an hour or $5 an hour or something like that. Try to extract the maximum value of your time as much as possible. Do not work for really, really low end stuff. Do not work for pennies. I think it's a bad idea in a business plan that doesn't involve recurring income. As much as possible, try to get away from one-off consulting or once-a-year payments and get onto small recurring income amounts. Your family will love you for this. Try to avoid any plan that does not diversify your income. You want to get to 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 clients as soon as possible. You'll have to grow as a company 100%, but you also, you're going to hire people, which is going to be good, but you're also going to reduce your risk of going out of business. I don't have to tell you guys the stats on how many first-year businesses go out quickly. Everyone has a great idea. They don't diversify, they don't manage their expenses, and poof, they are gone. So you want to diversify your income as much as possible. And number 5, you want to avoid any plan that does not allow for a value ladder. I know some of you watching this or listening to this have a lot of good ideas when it comes to a business. However, find a way to make sure that you have 3 to 5 tiers in your value ladder. Don't make it overcomplicated. You don't want a value ladder of 15 or 20 tiers. To tell you the truth, I even think a value ladder of 10 tiers is kind of complicated. 5 is a really good one. As a really good example, if you want to write this down, your 5-tier model might be, $97 a month or even $0 a month. Triple that up into a $297 program. Triple that up into a $997 program, and then triple that up into a $29.97 program. I mean, double or triple your prices. That's how you figure out the pricing for some of this stuff. Don't make it complicated. Just double or triple your programs. You want to make people, know that you're serious when they see your pricing. And people oftentimes make the decision or make a judgment of how serious your program is based on your pricing. So make sure your pricing is pretty serious. And if you want to totally blow someone away, have a top-level program or a top-level product that almost seems outrageous because you're going to get someone to buy into it. Let's say you've got a $97 a month membership area down here. It's okay to make your top program, your top mastermind, $20,000 or $30,000 a year. People can know that. You're not going to get a lot of people buying, but that's not the point. You want people to see that what you have to offer is worth it, and you can turn that into a payment program. So let's say you've got a $20,000 a month annual mastermind program. That's only, $5,000 quarterly payments. You want to make sure that you have the ability to offer someone a lot of value in exchange for them paying you. So always make sure that you have a low-end entry type program or product, and an absolutely one that right now may seem ridiculous, but it won't when someone opens up their wallet and says, hey, I'll gladly pay you $5,000 a quarter for your $20,000 a year mastermind. Again, recap those 5 notes. If you have any questions about why you should not do these things, or even if you want to discuss them with me as you've done one of them and you've made major bank and you disagree with me, I'm perfectly okay with that. Drop a comment below. If this is on Twitter or Facebook, drop a comment below. If it's on the blog, probably go over to YouTube and drop a comment, because I don't do blog comments. But take these notes and make sure you listen to part 2, which is going to be the next episode, probably after this one here. And if not, it's going to be the one after that. Also, please make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review if it was useful. And if it wasn't, leave us a comment or send us an email or text us. Heck, you can text us here at the office, 405-217-4752, or call us and we will gladly discuss any topic with you when it comes to marketing. Again, thank you for watching the Stop Doing Nothing show with Patrick Allmond. Don't forget to watch part 2 on how to get rich, which should be the next episode right after this. And until then, my friends, be smart, become a playmaker, keep building that empire, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Take care.